Hi, here is a full body Pilates workout. In this workout, we'll be doing lots of cross body movements. So that's where one side of the body and the opposite side are working. So like right arm, left leg. Some stability movements, opening of the hips, working the core, all the lovely things that come with Pilates. This is a particularly good one if you are a runner. This doesn't mean you can't do it if you're not a runner, but it just focusing on some of those movements, some of those elements of movement that help facilitate your running. So like unilateral work and the stability stuff, but of course helps everybody too. So I'm glad you can join. All we need today is the mat. You can have a head cushion handy if you like, if you want it for the side lying bits, or if you like it when you are lying down on our backs too. So grab one if you need it. So I'm just adjusting my outfit. Okay, so we're starting in standing today. As you can see, we're going to start with feet hip distance apart, long through that lower back, open through the chest, arms alongside the body. Just going to start taking a few deep breaths into the ribs. So we can bring our hands to our rib cage actually. So as we inhale, we're going to increase the air in our lungs, and exhale, let the front of the ribs just relax. Inhaling to expand the rib cage, exhaling to bring it back down. As you go, you can have your eyes closed, that's no problem. Try to just keep the shoulders relaxed. Try to keep the lower body nice and stable. And just connect in with that breath, because we're going to be using that breath later on to help us in some of the more challenging exercises. But it also really helps to connect with the practice and keep our concentration. I get distracted very easily, so this works for me. Let's just do one more. Inhale and exhaling to relax. If you have your eyes closed, we're going to open them up, bring the arms alongside the body. Do some floating arms and start warming up the shoulders and the shoulder blades. So let's inhale to just float one arm up. You can mirror me if it's easier, and then float the arm down. So my left arm's floating up, that won't be mirroring me, and my right arm's going down. I haven't perfected opposite chat. Inhaling to bring the arm up and exhaling to bring it down. So as the arm goes up, the palm rotates in. Just allow for the natural movement of the shoulder as it goes. So try to keep the shoulder relaxed, and you'll feel it wants to turn in its socket. Let's just do one more, and then we're going to go into some arm circles. So let's bring the palms facing back, and we're going to bring the arms up, keeping the ribcage nice and soft. Open the chest, maybe the arms come behind the body slightly and back round. Just inhale for half of your circle, and it's an exhale for the other half. Feeling the crunching, my arms are crunching. I'll do one more in this direction. And then back to our starting position. We're going to go behind the body slightly, open out, palms face forward, up and down. As I'm going, I'm really resisting letting my ribs flare. Try to keep them in. And then we'll do, I just realised I just put on a casual kind of deodorant stained top. There's full disclosure for you all. That was what I was exclaiming at, but I'm not going to get changed because we're in the movement of things. Let's do one more. Down. Okay, we're going to bring the palms up in front of the shoulders, and we're going to bring the hands facing forwards. So we're going to do a little chalk circle, and then we're going to add in a Pilates squat to the movement as well. So we're going to layer on a few moves here. So shoulders arms just below the shoulders. We're going to, with the right arm, we're going to open up. So imagine you're drawing a big circle. Left arm stays where it is. Head's going to follow the hand as that spine rotates to watch the hand go down and back up to the start. Other side, inhaling for half, exhaling for half. Resist the opposite hip going forwards. Let's do one more each side like this. I'm going to add in that cheeky Pilates squat to it. And then one more to the other side. Inhaling for half, exhaling for half. Keeping the arms where they are. We're going to just squat down, come up, open the arm. Squat down, come up, open the opposite arm. I'm going to do 2 more like this. Squatting down, coming up, opening out. I'm going to show you from the side. Squatting down, coming up, opening to the opposite side. Very nice. We can release the hands down for a second. I'm going to do a squat into a knee balance. So we're going to squat down. As we come up, we're going to balance on one knee. We're trying to keep that spine nice and neutral. Inhaling to squat down, exhaling to balance. Inhaling to squat down, exhaling to balance. We can add some arms, bringing the arms up. As we squat down, the arms can go back. As we come up, the arms can go up. Inhaling back, exhaling up. Inhaling back, exhaling up. Keep going. Find that balance and that footing. Trying to stay even. For 4 more. 3 more. 2 more, little swing of the arms. Last one. Balance and bring the arms down. We're going to balance and add a little opening. And then we're going to add a cheeky little hinge of the hips. Okay, so let's bring the arms out like we did for the arm circle. I'm just going to go for the side for now. Let's lift the right leg up, keeping neutral pelvis. Let's open up to the right and close it off again. So I'm not doing a big circle this time, and let's bring the leg down. I'm just doing a half circle to open, other arm reaching forward, and a half circle to close and down. So we need a little bit more core now because we've got this balance, we've got this rotation. Whoop. I'm talking, I'm not finding my focus. And close. And knee up, find the balance. So lots of core here. Rotate open, anchor that big toe down, rotate closed, foot down. Let's do 1 more each side. So leg peels off, we rotate open. Keep the hips facing forward. Watch that front knee doesn't turn out. Down, 1 more to the other side. Coming up, find your focus, following that hand around and bring it back. I'm amazed I didn't fall over then. We're keeping the arms going. I'm going to do that hinge. So arms forward, let's peel that right foot up. Then keeping your neutral pelvis, little point in that toe as we hinge at the hips forwards, hands reach down towards the floor and toe reaches up to the sky. And then we're going to hinge back up to our start with control. Boop. We're going to do 3 more, so we do 4 total. So go in your own time. You can inhale to hinge, going back. Think of that knee staying as it is in that bend. Exhale, bring everything back up to the start. 2 more. If you like, you can have the hands on the hips, if that's more helpful. So you can really feel that hinge and up. Use your breath, watch that rib flare. Last one, feel the calf, that ankle stability, working really hard. Whoop, finding my balance, there we go. And back up. And then we'll put toe down, heel down, and we're going to do the other side. I'll turn this way. So arms out, peel the heel off, transfer the weight into the right leg, knee comes up. Find the balance first, cores engaged. We're going to hinge. Now this is my trickier side. So I'm going to really focus on this side and coming back. Exhaling to come up. So we're in the single knee fold, hinge position. Shoulders are down, not up by the ears. Remember, you've got the option to hands on hips, if you like. And also only go as far as you can control. So we've got 2 more on this leg, so doing 4 again. Hinging. And up, use your breath. Don't worry if you fall, I fall all the time. And last one, back control. I told you, I'm falling. Back with control. And up to the top. And then toe down, heel down. Give the legs a little shake out. It does feel, you can feel the ankles going, I can tell you. So from here, we're going to do a little roll down, little walking through our hamstrings. So stand up nice and tall, nod the chin, roll down, each bone at a time, all the way down through the spine until you get to the pelvis and release that pelvis down. And then we're going to roll up, tuck the pelvis under, restack. Let the shoulders drop down to your sides as you come up. Let's do one more like that. We'll do a little walking of our roll down. And our next one just releases those hamstrings. If you are a runner and are doing this, you probably have some really tight hamstrings. So this is really lovely. And to be honest, hamstrings are always really tight. And they really affect like your hips. This time we're going to stay at the bottom. Long exhale to come down. Just follow nice easy breathing at the bottom. Now, just going to stay here. Let everything hang for a second. And then we're just going to have both legs straight. And if you need to put your hands on your shins or your thighs, do. The hands can touch the floor, also fine. And then we're just going to bend the right knee and keep the left leg straight. And then switch. So just alternating this little walking roll down position, kind of like you're walking down dog. Switch, feeling the hips reacting, feeling the stretching those hamstrings. Encourage the tilt of the pelvis up towards the ceiling, so you're really sticking the bum out. Let's go for 4 more. 3, just nice easy breathing. 2, 1, and then we're going to roll all the way up. This time we're going to come to the bottom of our mats. We're going to roll down and walk out into a plank and come to all fours. So starting at the top, let's nod the chin, roll all the way down, one bone at a time. Really feeling the weight evenly through the feet. Maybe the ankles feel nice and awake after those balance movements. And then we're going to bend the knees as much as you can to plant the palms. And we're going to walk the hands out so we're in the plank position. Just going to hold the plank for a second, drop the knees and come into all fours. So we're going to do some thread the needle. Thread the needle is a really nice way to open up that mid-back, that rotation, starting with the right hand. So we've got wrists under our shoulders, knees under our hips, not letting everything sink. We're in this nice 4-point kneeling position. Right hand, palm faces up. We're going to inhale as we open up to the right, so think of a nice little rotation. Exhale to weave that hand underneath for your thread the needle. Left hand bends softly. So inhale, open out to the right. Exhale to bring it underneath. One more on this side, really waking up that mid back. Really lovely way to do so. And then back to the start. Let's do the other side. So let's inhale to rotate open, opening up the arm, and then exhale. Let's let the head lead the movement. The spine's rotating, the arm just follows. Right arm bends as we weave under. 2 more here. Inhaling to open. Exhale to close, to weave. 1 more. Inhaling to open and exhale to close. I keep saying close. I mean, I am saying open, and come back to the start. Now we're going to do some tabletop now, or like your bird dog situation. So make sure at the front of the mat and there's nothing behind, and we'll just add on to it as we go. So first we're just going to do we're going to slide the right leg out, then slide the left leg out. So keeping the spine the same, so you're going to slide the right leg out and tuck the toe. And then you're going to slide it back in. Try to keep your weight nice and even Opposite leg, let's inhale to slide and exhale to bring it back. This time we're going to add a leg lift. So let's inhale to slide the right leg out. Exhale, let's lift the leg. Inhale to lower it. Exhale to bring it back. Alternating. So it's just one breath per movement. Exhaling to lift, keeping that neutral pelvis. Inhale to lower. Exhale to slide. This time I'm going to add the arm. So leg goes out. As that leg lifts, the opposite arm's going to reach out. Then toe tap goes down, hands replaced, and then leg comes back. So let's inhale to slide the left leg out. Exhale, lift right arm and left leg. Inhale, lower left leg, right hand comes back. Exhale, left leg slides back in. Let's do that again, one more each side. So just following your breath, and I want you to really focus on keeping the pelvis steady. It's really tempting with this movement. You might be rocking from side to side. So just find wherever that is along this little stack on that we've just done that allows you to stay as stable as possible. This time we're going to add a little crunch and we're going to stay on the right leg. Just slide the right leg out, lift it up. Let's inhale to crunch, left elbow to right knee. Exhale to reach it out. 4 more. Got 2 more. 2. Take it slow. And 1. Gonna reach out, hold it. Bring that left foot down, right hand down, left foot hand down, and slide back in. Other side, slide the left leg out. Let's lift it up. Let's crunch it in towards the midline and reach it long. Crunch it in, reach it long. We're doing 5 of these, so 3 more. Crunch it in, reach it long. 2. And last one. In and long. Hold for a second. Find that lovely stability. Then foot down and hand down. Slide that foot back in. We're just going to come into a little child's pose and take a little breath. Releasing any tension there on the wrists. You can rotate the wrists here if you like as well. No problem. Okay, then just come up back into your 4-point kneeling position, and we're just going to swing the legs around and come to seated. So at the front of our mat, we're going to do some little roll backs, and we're going to add that circle movement that we did. So these are all the sort of opposite rotation that's going to really be really helpful with running or just day-to-day life. So I'm sitting with my feet hip distance apart. I'm going to sit up nice and tall, and you can have your hands behind your thighs if you like. So actually let's do one with our hands, a couple with our hands behind our thighs first. So sitting up nice and tall, sit on a block if you need to, if it feels tight. Just roll the pelvis back, elbows nice and wide, and come into that C curve. And then come back up again. So it's an inhale to roll the pelvis, tuck the chin. Exhale to come forwards. So you're just imagining someone hugging your rib cage back. Now we're going to go hands free. Remembering those hands from the arm circles at the beginning, so palms are facing each other. Let's roll the pelvis and let's take it back a little bit. Let's pause and then let's bring it back to the start. So inhaling to find your curve. Exhale to hinge at the hips, taking back. Inhale, we pause. Exhale, let's come back to seated. If that feels okay, we can add on a little bit. So let's inhale to curve. Exhale to take it back. Inhale, let's open that right arm out. Exhale, bring it back. Left arm, inhale, left arm goes. Exhale, we bring it back. We're going to inhale to pause. Use our breath back up to the start. We're going to do that 3 more times. Let's find the curve. And take it back. Opening out, keeping the other arm forward, hip stays level, bringing that back. So we're trying to keep our spine the same, as in we're trying to keep the curve the same as we rotate open and rotate close. A nice rotation with the upper body. Soften the shoulders down. 2 more times. Rolling, curving, rolling back. Open, closed, control. You can always do one arm and come up. You can always just lift the arm up into like a little rib cage closure position. That's fine. 2 more. Curve. Take it back. So you can be here and arm up, arm down if you want to practice, because that's quite challenging. Or we come all the way out and round and out and back. Up. Last one. Curving. Taking it back. Reaching. Other side. Pause. And coming down. Lovely. You can release the hands. Oh, arms are probably feeling a bit sleepy. Arms are probably feeling a bit tired. Let's bring the feet as wide as the mat, and the hands are just going to come behind us. We'll do some lazy sort of knee drops, or what are they called? Hip curls, wide leg hip curls. I'm just letting my knees drop from side to side, relieving any tension on the hips. And we're going to come all the way down to the mat. But if you're on a block or something, remove it. And we're going to take our spine, our sort of roll back all the way down this time. So you can have your hands out or behind the thighs if you want a bit more support. But I'm going to go hands out. And I'm going to roll the pelvis as we did before. And then we're going to keep going. So we're going to keep opening those hips, keep tucking the pelvis under. We're going to go all the way down to the mat. Keep that chin slightly tucked until we get all the way to the bottom. Can reach the arms and legs away from each other for a second, and then feet down, hands alongside the body, and we're in our relaxation position. So feet are hip distance apart, arms alongside the body, and we're going to go for just a few pelvic tilts just to find our nice neutral pelvis. So you want to rocking the pelvis forwards and back a little bit, little tuck under, increasing and decreasing the distance between the lower back and the mat. And then settle somewhere where we're not imprinting the mat, and when we're not really arching the mat, arching the back. So we're going to have our hands on either side of us to begin with. Feet are going to be together, legs are together. We're going to start with some knee drops. So really nice one to open out the hips, and then we're going to add on. So right knee's going to go first. So you're going to drop the right knee to the side as far as you can, keeping the hips neutral and level. So you don't want that left knee to move. And then you bring it back. So let's inhale to drop the left knee. Exhale, use your core to bring it back to the top. Do one more each side like this. Inhale to the side. Exhale, up. You want the movement to be slow and controlled. Inhale down. Use that core. Use that centering to help you back up. Good. We're going to bring the arms up into that same position we had been doing with those arm circles. So palms face in and above the shoulders. We're just going to lose the hands and increase the instability. So we're going to inhale as we did. Maybe you find a bit more challenging. We don't have the arms anchoring us down. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, if you want a bit more, as the right leg goes out, the left arm's going to go away from the body and then coming back. So imagine you're opening a book or a door, I don't know, double doors. Find that control in the pelvis. Don't let it tilt. Really focus on keeping steady hips. And we're going to go for one more. Out. and up. Okay, keeping those arms where they are. We're going to double knee fold the legs. So bring up the legs one at a time. I'm going to go into some toe taps. First of all, find that lovely neutral pelvis. Feet are hip distance, knees are hip distance. We're going to inhale to send the right leg away, tapping towards the floor. Exhale to bring it back. Now, you don't have to reach the floor, but think of how far can you go keeping your neutral pelvis. Inhaling back, down, exhale to bring it back. One more like this. I'm going to add some arms. Palms are going to rotate forwards this time. And as the right leg taps, the left arm's going to go overhead, keeping your spine the same. And then exhale back. So we're doing these little toe tap dead bug things. But we're working on our cross body movement. Takes a lot of concentration. So if your right arm, if the wrong arm's moving, or if both arms are moving at the same time, really concentrate and slow it down if you need to. So it does take practice. I've seen lots of every limb moving at once, but you can do it. We're going to do 4 more. Inhale back, exhale up. Inhale back, exhale together. 1 more each side. Take it slow. Last one. And lovely. You can hug the knees into the chest for a second. And we're going to do some curl ups. Sorry, I thought the camera stopped filming. We're going to do some curl ups and add some toe taps and add some leg extensions and things. Okay. So let's interlace the hands behind the head. Feet are in our double knee fold. Legs are together this time. Feet are together. Knees are hip distance, sorry. And show elbows in the peripheral vision. Find your neutral. And we're just going to inhale to prepare. Exhale to nod the chin, coming up into our curl up. And inhale to come down. So we're going to do 1 breath per movement. And down. 1 more like this. I'm going to add a little bit of a leg extension. So as we come up, our right leg's going to come out at 45 degrees. And as we come down, it's going to come back in. Let's alternate sides. Now, if at any time this is too much, you can take the feet down to the ground, take a little rest. But we're working on stability. We're challenging ourselves with only 1 leg going at a time. And down. Okay, we're going to add on this time. This time we're going to go, hands are going to come on the outside of the legs. As we curl up, right leg's going to go out. So think of your single leg stretch. And as we come down, we're going to come all the way down. So we go up into our curl up, left leg extends. And then we're going to come down again. This time, let's keep going with our breath. Same breath pattern. And inhaling to come down. Exhaling to come up and stabilize. Inhaling to come down. Okay, we're going to challenge ourselves 1 more time, this little bit of abs, by staying up in our curl up. So let's inhale at the bottom. Exhale to curl up with hands on either sides of the shins. This time, we're going to inhale to send the right leg away. Exhale to bring it back. As I'm going, the opposite hand is coming, my free hand is going on top of the knee and coming back. Let's do 2 more like this. We're going to add on a little extra just for challenge. And here. Okay, this time, right leg goes out and towards the floor. Left leg comes up into the air. So 1 arm's by my shoulder, 1 arm's down. Then we bring it back to center. Switching sides, 1 arm goes down, 1 arm goes up. And bring it back. So the leg that goes out, that arm goes down. The opposite arm goes into the air. We're still inhaling and exhaling to bring it back. Let's do 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Keep maintaining your curl up. Inhale. Exhale. I'm only bringing my arm back as far as I can. Maintain my curl up. If I take it too far back, I'm going to fall over. 1 more. Reach the arm, arms come back together, inhaling to pause. Let's exhale to bring the head down, legs down one at a time, and you can roll the neck from side to side for a sec. Oh, should feel juicy, should feel nice. And now we're going to go into some lovely bridges to open up those hips and work on the glutes as well, and all this posterior chain, your hamstrings and your core and stability. Lovely, great to stabilize you on the move. So back to our relaxation position. We're going to fold the right knee into our chest and just have it nice and relaxed. Then we're going to bring the arms up into that same shoulder drop position. Now, if at any time it's too much having the arms up here, you can bring them down, that's no problem. So we're going to just send the left hip up to the ceiling into our bridge and bring it down. So we're going to exhale up, inhale down. If you like, as we exhale up, you could straighten that right leg in line with the left. As you come down, you can bring that knee back towards you. So it's like a little single knee fold extension like we just did with our curl up and down. Let's do 4 more. Good. Last 2. 1 more. And hold it for a second. We're going to hold it. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And knee comes down, toe down, heel down. Let's go straight to the other side. So just a couple. 2 going straight up and down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Let's add that extension. Exhale, reach that foot away. Inhale, back down into your neutral. So you want the front of the hip nice and open at the top, not flaring through those ribs. 3 more. My counting is so bad. I'm so sorry. 2. I go, oh, I feel. That sounds terrible. Last one, we hold. Keep that tuck of the pelvis so it's nice and open through that right hip for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee folds in, come down from your bridge, toe down, heel down. Not quite done with the bridges. We should do a bridge to open up the hips. So fold the right knee into the chest and take the right shin over the left thigh. Foot should be free here. From here, we can bring the hands back down the side. And we're just going to keep that right knee nice and heavy and the hips open. So we're trying to keep the hips level. As we exhale, the hips up towards the ceiling. So you pause here for a sec. Feel the openness. If the knee's really high, encourage it to go down so you've got level hips. And let's come down. So same thing, we're going to exhale, think right shin away. Inhale down. Really nice hip opener. Really nice bridge variation to add into your practice. No, 2 more. 6 total. I'm counting this time. I count when it's like really challenging, or if I'm like, oh, that's really sticky. Last one there. And let's bring that foot back, toe down, heel down. Left knee comes in, bring it over, settle in. Let's come up and just take a moment. So take that bridge and then wait at the top. Get that foot and knee nice and heavy. Get those hips nice and level. Feel how it feels. And then we go down, inhaling, exhale, up, down, and up. So I can feel this hip is a lot tighter. My hips aren't anywhere near as level and as open. Feeling the difference between the bodies, also really interesting. We've got 2 more. Up, down, last one. Coming up and coming down. Lovely, we're gonna release that there. Let's just bring the knees up into the chest for a second. A little release of those legs. And bring the feet back flat on the ground. We're just going to do a little hamstring stretch for our legs after those bridges. So fold the right knee into the chest, hold behind the thigh. We're just gonna keep the thigh nice and close to the body. I'm just gonna straighten that leg up towards the ceiling and then bend it down again. So you can inhale to straighten and exhale to bend. But just find, if you want another breathing pattern here, no problem. We're not doing anything really taxing. We're stretching out this hamstring. You can feel the hamstring moving a lot. I can feel it moving under the hands. Kind of crazy. 2 more like this. Inhaling to stretch. Exhaling to bend. Last one, we're going to keep the legs straight. As straight as you can. You might have a soft bend in the knee, as long as you're feeling a stretch in that hamstring. I'm going to flex the foot towards the ceiling and then point the toe. Flex the foot, point the toe. 3 more. Really send the heel up, work through the calf. 2. Last one. Flex and point. This time we're going to draw some circles. So think of ankle circles. So think that big toe is drawing a big old circle. Concentrate on it going round, round. Try to get an even circle. Release and rotate in the opposite direction. So ankle mobility, really important. We tend to neglect the feet and the ankles quite a lot actually. This is a really nice move to get the ankles working. And then back to center, we can release that foot down, bend the knee, toe down, heel down. Let's peel the left leg up, same thing. Hold the left leg in towards the chest, relax the shoulders. I'm just gonna straighten and bend that leg. This is feeling particularly juicy as I did go for a run today. Not a humble brag, but tiny bit, because I used to hate running so much, but I'm actually running a lot more now. So I thought, why not do some Pilates for us runners. Us runners. Also, I can't stop talking about it, so I apologize if it comes up again. Let's do 3 more. Stretch and bend. Try not to have tension in the upper body as well as we go. It's really tempting to really pull the arms. Be relaxed. Not all the Pilates moves are going to be quite strenuous. Straighten the legs and we're going to flex and point. Actually, hamstring stretching is always strenuous. I'm not gonna deny that. Really send the heel up. Let's go for 2 more. 1 more, and then go for those circles. So don't mind which direction you start. Just do about 5 in one direction. I can feel it crunching, and I'm switching directions now. Click, click, click. Can you hear those clicks? I don't think you can. 1 more there. And then bend that down, toe down, heel down. It's going to roll over and come onto our sides for some some oyster, and then some single leg circles. So feel free to be up on your shoulder like this if you like for your oyster, or you can be down here with a little head cushion. I've got one here handy. So whatever feels comfortable for your shoulder. I'm going to come up here today. So we've got elbow under shoulder and we're lifting the ribs away from the floor. So we're not here, we're up, everything's pushing away, active through the ribs, active through the core. We're going to bring our knees into that oyster position, so a deep V in the knee, bottom of the feet in line with the bum. And we're going to keep the heels together. We're going to think of squeezing the inner part of our toes, our feet. So as we open up, we're going to try and keep the hips facing forwards, and we're going to close down. So I'm trying my best here not to rock back and forwards. I'm trying my best to really focus on just that rotation in the hip joint whilst keeping my upper body nice and steady. We're doing 5 like this. I'm going to do 5 internal and internal rotation. 4, last one, 5. Then we're going to lift that knee so it's on top of the knee, not out or in. And we're going to go knee to knee, so think of internally rotating that leg, toe goes up towards the ceiling, and then heel to heel like we did before. So we're going to go in and then out. 3, 4, keep the lift in the core. 5. Think squeezing those heels together. 6, 7. We're going to do 8. And close off. We're just going to bring that bottom leg forward slightly and straighten out. Bottom leg forward so it's at a right angle with the mat. And we're going to straighten that back leg and bring it hip height. So it's really tempting to twist the body when we've got our leg out like this. Sorry, drop the knee for a second. Make sure we just stay forwards, drop the leg. So we're not holding whilst I'm just chatting. And we're just starting this position. Now we're going to lift that leg up. Check you're in line with the body. Nice soft point in the toe. And imagine your toes in the middle of a circle, and just going to circle that leg round. So we're inhaling for half, inhaling for 1 circle, exhaling for 1 circle. 3, 4, keep that lift. 5, let's switch directions. We go 1, 2, 3. I'm holding, I always put my hand here because it helps me remind me to keep my body up. 4, 5, let's hold for a second. Length through the upper body, length away, and lower down. Bring that knee in, you do a little tap, tap, tap. And just swing the legs round and come to the other side. Set up for your oyster. So we're gonna do 6, open, close, then sit, 8, internal, external. Okay, so setting up, lifting the ribs away from the floor, cores nice and tight, hips stacked on hips. Let's go. So heels together as we open and closed. Think of squeezing the inside part of your legs, of your toes, of your feet, because it's really going to fire up your inner thighs. 3. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Keep that pelvis nice and steady. No tucking under. This time, let's just lift and hover leg on leg. No external, internal rotation for now. And then we're going to go heel, toe up, knee in, heel to heel. 2, 3, 4, healthy hips, super important. 5, see, I said I count when it's hard. 6, 7, relaxing the upper shoulder but not the lower shoulder, and 8. Woo! Release that leg down for a second. Let's bring this bottom knee up, so it's going to add some nice support. Remember, anytime you can go down onto your arm. We're going to make sure we're stacked, hip on hip, tempting to roll back here. Ready with the upper body, lift that leg. We're going to go for our circles, doing 5 in each direction. 1, take it slow. 2, 3, 4, 5. Particularly difficult if, like, men find side lying really difficult, or if you just have really heavy legs. You find this move is hip stuff is really difficult because legs are heavy, they're very long. 2 more, as in compared to like your torso, not just so very long. And down, tap 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 on the old hip. I'm going to come onto our front, do a bit of extension work, and then we are pretty much there. So coming onto our front, we are going to bring the hands into our diamond press position under our shoulders. We'll do feet hip distance, feet about as wide as your mat and turned out. So think of your cobra legs. So let's just start with some diamond press. I'm going to add on to a little bit of star. So from here, relax the shoulders and come up into our extension. So starting with the head, you're going to peel up, nice and heavy in the hands, shoulders draw back, pausing at the top for a moment, and then coming back down again. Do 3 more like this. Exhaling to come up, Inhaling to come down. One more. Exhale up and inhale down. Now this might be enough for you now. If you want a bit extra, we're going to add in some legs. So let's exhale to come up. Pause. Inhale to lengthen the right leg away. Exhale to lift it up. Inhale to lower. Left leg. Lifting up. Lowering. Let's do one more on each side like this. So only as high as you can, keep your pelvis nice and steady. And think of squeezing the glute maybe a little bit at the top. And let's come back down. If that was enough, you could stay there. Otherwise, we're going to straighten the arms into like a little star. So just a little bit wider than the shoulders. And then come up into our extension. Allow the shoulder blades to come away from the body. Hands are nice and free. From here, we're going to lift the right leg up like we did before. And lower it. Exhaling to lift. Inhaling to lower. If you want more, you're going to lift the left arm up with the right leg and lower. So opposites are moving and we are not changing the spine. We're keeping it steady. Arm doesn't have to lift very high, but we're trying to encourage as much movement in the shoulder as possible, but keep it in its socket. So don't just reach the arm forwards up by the ears. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Pausing at the top, inhale, exhale to roll down. Let's bring the hands in eye line. Let's do some cobra, so fingertips in line with the head, with the eyes, elbows nice and wide. Inhaling at the bottom. Exhale, let's come through that extension that we did before. If it feels okay with your back, you're going to come all the way up into your cobra. And then come down, one bone at a time, back to the bottom. So we're just stretching out the core, working on the back as well. Just do 2 more. Long exhale takes you up. Inhaling to pause. And a long exhale takes you back down. Last one. Draw those shoulder blades back, squeezing those back muscles up to the top, and then slowly lowering back down. Should feel really nice. Just going to bring the hands by the rib cage, bring the legs together, push back into a child's pose, and take a breath, releasing that tension on the lower back, arms reaching forward, let the lower back, let the pelvis round over the legs. Have a breather. We're just going to look forwards and start walking the hands to the feet, tuck the toes, and we're going to come into this nice little crouch position, rocking from side to side a little bit. Heels down towards the floor. We're going to roll up to standing. So just slowly tucking the pelvis. We're going to roll all the way back up to our standing position. Coming back, we're just going to do a little bit of lateral flexion, so side to side movement to finish. So feet a little bit wider than hip distance this time. Let's inhale to bring the arm up. Exhale, let's just reach to one side. Keep that chest nice and open. Inhaling to pause and exhale to come back down. So one breath to reach. Exhale to calm down, flexing the spine, stretching out those obliques. And do one more to each side. Take it nice and slow. Try to make each movement one separate thing. So it's really tempting to bring, I can't talk when I'm going side to side. My lungs are like, excuse me. So think hand first, then the head. reach and increase the air in the lungs, and then back down. We'll just do one more breath together, bringing the shoulders up to the ears, and then done. That was your full body Pilates workout, great for runners, and I hope you enjoyed it.